Hello, Panther fans. I'm BJ Zalesnik, head football coach, Leroy High School, Leroy, Illinois. Welcome to week 3 of the Panther Rewind. This week, the Leroy Panthers took on the GCMS Falcons in a Heart of Illinois Conference matchup. A big game for both teams coming in. Both teams were 0-1 in conference play. Sitting 1-1, obviously 2-1 is a lot better than 1-2 when you're heading into week 4. So big game for both teams, and both teams a little young, a little inexperienced. And so, it was a feeling out process early on. Nice play by safety Bryce Dooley on that third down bootleg to get our offense the ball. The game was marred by turnovers, a lot of turnovers on both sides. It was at times sloppy, but at times it was a very exciting football game that went down to the very end. So, again, it's a case of we played better than the week before, which is what we want. And, it was kind of an odd week. We had some injuries the week before, and we sustained some injuries in this game. So we've yet to have a week of where we're putting consistent lineups on the field playing together. And that showed in this game. There was just times where we looked completely out of sync, and there's a play right there as an example. Again, you take situations like this and you learn from them and you get better. And, the nice thing about this game is from first quarter to fourth quarter, we played our best football in the fourth quarter, and that was nice to see. The GCMS, some good athletes at their skill positions. Quarterback for them, a good athlete. His brother at a wide receiver, number 2, the Royal brothers, both do a nice job. And the other kid, I can't recall his name right now, number 7, had a big game for them, junior slot wing guy, good hands, good athlete. And, our backs were against the wall early and often in this game. And the defense did a very nice job, much improved from the week before in terms of their play, in terms of being aggressive and executing assignments. And, they had the ball down in the red zone a couple times early, and were able to hold them to a field goal. Good kicker over at Gibson City. I think they said the kid was a sophomore, so they're going to be able to kick the ball for a few years here. But he executed in the kicking game very well, and that ended up being the difference in the game, was their field goal kicking. So defense gets a stop, and that regains a little bit of the momentum from the turnover. Going back on offense, we're trying to piece together a lineup because of some injuries we took early in the game. And we put the ball on the ground again and give them the ball once again. Deep in our territory, but we're able to get the turnover right back. Nice play by Austin Bossingham. To come in to make first contact and then strip the ball. So, again, the defense comes through and keeps us in the game. And when you're struggling to put points on the board, your defense has got to be able to make plays. Joe Chastain, our senior quarterback, has had a very good year. He's, I think, around 64% completion percentage. He's been very accurate with the ball. He does not have a strong arm, but he is accurate throwing the football. And as you can see, these last couple plays, he puts it where it can be caught, and that's a wonderful athletic play by Bryce Dooley, our sophomore wing, and gets us out of a hole and gives us good field position. In this game, offensively, was similar to our defensive game last week. Our defensive game last week against Fieldcrest, we'd have 2 or 3 plays where we'd look really good and we'd give it up, on the third or fourth play. And in this week, offensively, we'd look really good for two to three plays, and then that third or fourth play we wouldn't execute. So we definitely are looking for consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Defense played their best game of the year, no question, in this game against, like I said, some athletic skill kids. And they were able to come up with stops in long yardage situations that we were unable to do the week before. And, case in point right there, great job by Eric Wolfley of staying in his third in our zone coverage. They just ran a post wheel route. He didn't chase the post like he's taught, and he sat home, and the quarterback, anticipating him chasing the post, threw the ball up, and he gets himself an easy interception. So good job by senior corner doing his job. And here's what was almost our fifth turnover of the night. I think we ended the night with 4, but we were able to somehow cover that ball up. Okay, again, we just chip away in the flats, throwing the football. Teams stack the box against us, and we got to be able to attack the flats, throwing the ball, and puts a little pressure on their edge guys who did a nice job of that. Unfortunately, the drive stalled out, and Gibson gets it back. And good job getting pressure to the quarterback. That was Austin Starkey, Jr., with the sack there, and we forced the punt and winning the field position battle right now, which is big, especially near halftime, where we potentially have the opportunity to get points on the board before half. Again, another nice throw, catch. Time Eli Kearns, sophomore wide receiver, with the catch. Smart play by Chastain here of scrambling and picking up some yardage, getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Bootleg, another 5-yard play to get us down near the 30. And again, we just stalled out. So, a big thing coming out of this game from an offensive standpoint is, we got to work with more of a consistent lineup. We got to be able to put drives together. I mean, that's going to be an emphasis heading into next week, is sustaining drives, sustaining focus on assignments throughout a drive. Because, again, we would have 2 or 3 plays that looked really good, and then we wouldn't execute, and the drive would stall. So definitely some positives from an offensive standpoint. Coming back out after halftime, we talked about attacking the weak side based on some of the things we saw in the first half, and they do a very good job of defending it. So I think as the game progresses, we go back to attacking the strong side of our offensive formation, and we have a lot more success with that. Gibson winds up with excellent field position here, and this is a third down play. Nice run by their tailback to get the touchdown. And with the PAT kick, pushes the score to 10-0. So the offense comes back out on the field. And we stall out. We have to punt the ball away. Gibson is able to put some plays together offensively. The defense, again, would hold and then give up a play and hold and then give up a play. And, there's another situation where that was a third or fourth down play right there where they were able to punch it in and push the score to 17-0. And they would tack on a field goal short time after that. So we're going to go into the fourth quarter, down 17-0. And really, when you look at the turnover situation and the mixing and matching of personnel, really the kids have done a nice job of competing. And like I said, defensively much improved. Offensively, still trying to find some consistency. But we got stopped on that 4th and short. But defense got to stop. We're able to get the ball back, and then we popped the big run here by a fullback, Lane Lindstrom, who almost doesn't get there. And then 2-point conversion, some confusion. We don't execute that. So 17-6 ball game, and got a little bit of the momentum back. Their offense is able to move the ball out a little bit. Good run by their quarterback. At this point, defensively, we got to have a stop in some capacity. And they do a nice job of finding number 7 and poor tackling. And now they're deep in our red zone with the missed tackles. And defense, again, is able to shut them down. And that's nice to see. Obviously, you don't want the tackling that led to them getting in field goal position, but kudos to the defense for finding a way to keep them out of the end zone. So you still have an opportunity in the game with a little bit of luck. We do get some luck here coming up as we're able to get an interception return for a touchdown. Offensively in the second half, we got a lot more consistent. A nice run by Bryce Dooley. We're unable to punch it in, and that's a nice interception by their kid on the goal line. So defense takes over. There's about 3 minutes to go in the game, and we get lucky, and a nice catch and interception return by Joe Chastain on that. So we have a little bit of life. 2-point conversion we end up getting, but unfortunately they're able to drive the clock out. So a lot of improvement from the week before, and proud of the effort, and we're looking to get better. And next week we'll be at home against Iroquois West in a game that we have to have.